Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a video. Another car video. Just got gas. And I'm not sure if this is happening everywhere, but I know here in the United States, everywhere you go, there's outages of products everywhere. It doesn't matter what you're trying to buy, especially at the grocery store. There's outages of multiple different products. And I understand why there's so many outages of so many food products at the grocery store right now. Because I think about it like this. For the last year and a half, you've been putting people into fear, putting people into panic, saying don't go nowhere, stay home, don't do nothing. So now those people that are scared, don't do nothing, aren't going to the work to make these things. It's like Elon Musk said back in, I think it was April or May of last year. He goes, there is not a cornucopia place of stuff. If you don't have people making stuff, the stores run dry, the food runs dry. You have to have people making things to get things from one place to another. And that's what's happening right now. You have the one place from another isn't happening because for the last 18 months, people have been putting fear from the media. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do that, don't go here, don't do that. And now we're seeing the repercussions of it. And then that's what you hear. Oh, people don't want to work. People don't want to work. No, it's not that people don't want to work. It's the fact that when you tell people fearful things for a year and a half, fearful things are going to happen. People are just going to be like, nah, I'd just rather work from home instead of working in that food distribution place or wherever. And I'm not going to stock your food shelves anymore, or I'm just not going to bring in any food anymore because we're not going to make the Pepsis, the sodas, the candies, the steaks, whatever. So when you do that, you're the problem. It's not that people were in so much fear and panic. It's just the fact that you're basically telling people if they don't do this, they'll die. Then people are like, I'm not working in the public anymore. I'm not going to work in a big warehouse making steaks or whatever you were doing previously before the pandemic started. And in a TikTok video that I just watched, so this guy was claiming that it's not the lack of workers, it's the fact that the truck drivers are being mandated right now to get vaccinated. And the guy was saying, I guess because he's a truck driver, he goes, most big corporations are mandating truck drivers get vaccinated, and a lot of truck drivers are saying no, and then they're getting either let go of their job or they're not being able to do what they normally did. So now there's a mass shortage because the truck drivers aren't being able to go from the warehouse to the stores. And you look at they're the same truck drivers that were out there in March of last year during a pandemic when the world basically was on lock it up, shut it down. And now the same people are told you can't work anymore. And I definitely think that is a real thing. A lot of these so-called places that are mandating certain things, when certain people say, I'm not doing it, they'd rather walk away from their job, and that's what they do. And at the end of the day, when they walk away from their job, that's less workers for that company, so it's making it harder and harder to get things from A to B. But I also believe every person on this planet has the right to stand up what they believe in. And if you want to get the jab, get it. I don't care. I don't tell nobody not to get it. I don't tell nobody not to do what they feel is right. I also don't tell people reasons not to get it. I just say, hey, this is my reasons. If I want to get it, I'll get it. If I don't, I don't. But I just look at it like that, guys. That's why we have so much outages everywhere, from cans of soup, bread at the store. You have certain, let's say, sodas or pop, whatever you want to call it, that are currently out of stock. And there's things on the shelf that say currently out of stock. And I was talking to one of the ladies who work at the store, and she goes, I think it's the lack of workers. I was like, no, it's not the workers, baby. It's the lack of them wanting to pay the workers a lot of money, and also when you mandate stuff that people don't feel comfortable doing, they walk away, and then you have less workers. More workers the workers that are currently working have to work more hours, more longer time, and then those normal workers that worked 8 hours, now their shifts are 12 hours because they're trying to fill in those hours of the other employees that yeah, when you put fear into people, and that's all you propagate is fear for like a year and a half. And even if you're not intentionally doing that and you're just putting fear, you could die, big number this, you could die. That's why there's so many outages. That's the reason. You look at the news, they always propagate, you could die, don't go to this concert, don't go to this movie theater, don't go here, don't go there, don't. And then you hear when like, let's say a metal concert, like Slayer's gonna be performing in Jacksonville, Florida, and people go, don't go. And then they'll go like, I don't know, some Mariah Carey or something that the media likes, something that the media feels is good. They'll go, hey, Mariah Carey's coming into town. Go see them. They're good. But Slayer's coming into town. Nah, that's a COVID-19 spreading event. So that's the fear. You're putting fear into people, and now this is the repercussions of that fear. Because now you're telling people for the longest time, don't do this, don't do that. Now people aren't doing the things that you want, and now you're like, oh my God, we got to get the people back to work because we need to get these products made. Sorry. And that is the truth, guys. Products will never be made when you put so many people in fear and panic. When in history did people live in fear? Now they definitely live in fear. It's the lack of people wanting to work, yes. From the fear, yes. Also, we ain't paying people a living wage anymore, and people need that living wage. Until they start paying a real living wage and stop propagating fear in every little thing they talk about on the media, social media, the newspaper, you will eventually have people come back.